Hey there, my name's Chris Dunning. I'm the CEO of TechQuarters. We're an IT services business and we're based here at sunny Vauxhall. So I'm asked this question all the time at the moment. What is Microsoft Azure? Or if you're in America, Azure. Okay, so let's look at some of the facts actually. Microsoft have 17 data centers all around the world now. They have invested 15 billion into this infrastructure, into this cloud-based infrastructure. Azure's been hosting those since the 90s, so you've got MSN in the early 90s, quickly moved on to Hotmail, then Bing, Xbox, and in the last 5 years, Office 365. Think of Azure as a bunker of loads and loads of servers, all chained together, storage capacity, compute capacity that you can load all these applications onto for you to use, the end consumer. And you get a 99.9% uptime with this, meaning I think that works out to around 8.76 hours of downtime per annum, which is not a lot. And if they break that, then you've got a financial backed service level. Okay, some more stats on the usage and how it's grown over the last year. 57% of the Fortune 500 companies are using Azure today. In the last year, year-on-year growth, 177% in the whole of Azure sales. And 7,500 plus new customers on Azure in the last year. Somebody at corporate Microsoft I was talking to at WPC, I think it was Vikram Ghosh, actually said to me that they take on a new customer on Azure every 75 seconds. So, I mean, phenomenal growth. And the one that's really interesting, it's twice as fast as the growth of Amazon Web Services, which we all know completely took off. Okay, so more stats. Oh, why would you use it? Let's look at this. Really interesting. The great thing about Azure is no more buying all that hardware and that tin locally and having to spec it. Why would you bother? Microsoft actually have it out there. It's a commodity service. They built the tin, they built the data centers, they built the great big fat pipe that goes in there for the internet. So you just connect to it and consume as much as you use, as much as you want, really. You pay monthly. The great thing about this is that essentially you never have to put all that money up front. You can just put it onto a monthly cash flow budget. So you can predict what you're going to spend and you know exactly where you're going to be at the end of the year, and definitely going to be making cost savings with this approach. The server upgrades free of charge as well. Think about this, 5 years hence, you bought that new server, you'd have to consider upgrading it. You don't have to do that anymore. Microsoft upgrade the tin, they upgrade the software, the operating system, the whole of Azure for you, free of charge. You never have to do it yourself. And of course, because they do all of that, there's low setup fees. All you do is create your spec, set it up, use a partner like TechQuarters to get it all configured for you, away you go. So it's actually quite important to just talk about a few of the solutions. Because within Azure, we would set you up your own portal, but then there are 20, 30 of these services that you can select from. Everything from the classic, setting up hosted servers, really simple stuff, but domain controllers in the cloud, that controls all of your login, your authentication, all of your users will log in through that, and you can have a business continuity feel with it replicating your on-premise domain controller out to the cloud. Active Directory Premium is really interesting as well. It combines your single user logon with up to 2,000 plus other SaaS-based applications now. So you have a single sign-on that connects your users together. They only log on once and it sets them up with access to all of those other applications, all combined and controlled through Microsoft Azure. Backup and disaster recovery, you can back up your local servers, you can back up the storage, you can copy it all up to Azure, and the cost of that is really cost effective. It's about 1/5 of the normal price of normal backup services. Disaster recovery as well, so you can, in the event of a disaster, you can replicate those local VMs out to Azure, and if this server breaks, we can spin that VM up for you and give you remote access to keep your business operating within a matter of minutes. Enterprise Mobility Suite. This is really interesting. It's the latest thing that Microsoft brought to the market. It involves 3 products: Windows Intune for antivirus, Rights Management Service, that gives you particular access and control over documents, whether they're local or whether they're stored in the cloud or whether they're stored out on SharePoint. And then you also get auditing capabilities as well. With this, you can get a planned product that gives you up to a 40% saving if you choose a single user on every one of those mobility suites. Remote apps is the very, very latest thing. Microsoft are pushing you more and more towards cloud, SaaS-based products. So picture this. When you log on to your Hotmail account, you're connecting to a multi-tenanted, cloud-based product. So what Microsoft enable you to do with this latest service is package up all of those applications that are sitting out there on Azure and give users access to them as if they were connecting to a cloud-based solution. They double click on the icon and it would automatically log them into that, linking in with their domain control and that single user authentication service. So everything then becomes cloud-based and you can access it from wherever you want. And of course, the favourite, storage, for a fraction of the normal cost. Okay, so pricing is a pay for the service and your usage. I'll give you an example. We normally package up hosted servers for a fixed rate. You will pay that from now until you upgrade that spec. And it's really simple, nice and easy to budget. And it's a monthly payment as well, so you can spread the way you pay your monthly fees on an operational expenditure budget. Oh hey, we'd love you to get in touch actually. Why not give us a call on 0800 148 8001, or you can email us at tellmemore@techquarters. And the interesting thing is, we're one of the first the SMB partners in the whole of the UK that have our own enterprise agreement. So there's nobody else that will be able to talk to you more about Microsoft Azure. So please do get in touch. We look forward to hearing from you.